Pico De Gallo. So we're going to make Pico De Gallo. This is something one of my really good friends taught me, and every time I make it, I think of him because he is now passed on. So when I make this, I think of him. So we've got all the ingredients here. I've got my lemons, or not lemons, excuse me. Do not use lemons, use limes. Limes, onions, and then I have cilantro over here. As you can see, I just pre-cut it and dried it so we could just chop it up real quick. And then I have my onions, peppers, and tomatoes. So that's the general of what you need. I guess you can use salt in it when I was going to read what's actually technically in it. But this is how my friend taught me. He taught me you take all the leaves off of a bundle of cilantro. You finally chop that, and then we're going to chop the onions and then all the veggies. And we're going to use the chopper today for time. So, welcome in everybody. I hope you enjoy this episode of... I'm just working my way through different recipes that I enjoy and that I hope that I can teach you guys so you can also enjoy them with your family. Or friends or parties. This is getting ready to go into Halloween season. This is also a good thing to take to any of those parties that are going to come up for Halloween, Thanksgiving. I don't know. I love salsa, so they're good for barbecues, whatever you're going to be doing. Let me see. I need to grab a cutting board and my knives. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So if I don't read the chat, please don't be offended. It's not that I'm ignoring you. It's that I can't see it and record at the same time. So I have to pay attention, especially with knives. Alright. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up my tomatoes. And you're just going to take and you're going to cut the top off that tomato. Making sure you get that whole top off of there. So for me, I'm just going to chop this into a few pieces so I can put it through here. And that way they get finely chopped into the pieces that I need. Just fit as many as I can on there. I thought I'd test this out with the tomatoes, so we'll see how it does. I think these are really nice. Saves on chopping time. So I'm just slicing them into pieces to where they'll fit in here and go into cubes. If you want and you're using a chopper, you can also use a more thin one of these that has more, it'll slice it finer. I like them to have at least a little bit to them. I thought it'd be fun to do one heirloom orange and one. The rest of them are doing red tomatoes. Just regular red tomatoes. So we're just going to chop these up. Like I said, cut the top off. Then I turn it over. Just want to get rid of these pieces right here that you're going to get rid of. Always makes me feel like I'm cheating when I do this. Because usually I don't ever use the chopper because I like cutting my food up and enjoying that process. Okay. I'm going to have to move this stuff in here a little bit though because I'm running out of room in there. Just need to move it down like that. And then we'll finish chopping our tomatoes. Took me forever to learn how to not completely demolish the tomato when I was chopping it. Still has good tomato on it. So we're just going to take these little pieces on the ends. We still have, I think that's good. I think I have one more tomato. So it just depends on how much you're making, how much you'll add. It costs about 4 to 6 jalapenos, and it's going to call back for the same amount of tomatoes. And honestly, it calls for, you can use a white onion, which makes it more crisper. I'm going to use a half a red and half a white because I like the health benefits that come from the red tomatoes as well. Or red onions, excuse me. I was looking at a tomato, so of course I'm thinking about tomatoes. Tomatoes on the mind. I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie, what was it? When VCRs first came out, my mom, she rented Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And since we're coming up on spooky season, I've got Halloween movies on the mind because that is my absolute favorite holiday. And I just keep a paper towel next to the sink because I know I'm going to need it. And then I'm going to take this and just kind of throw it over the drain. So when I throw my tomatoes, all these tomatoes on there, I have a way to grab them out of the sink like this. And hopefully the napkin doesn't fall apart before I do because they're super juicy. Now we have our tomatoes all chopped. I have a bowl somewhere. Where did I put my bowl? Yeah, we're going to throw all the jalapenos and that because we're going to want this bowl. I mean, you can continue to go just till this is full if you want. But I am going to dump this all into the bowl. Tomatoes attached to it. The tomato out. Okay. Good. You know, just need most of it in there. Okay. Now we're going to start with our onions. We're just going to cut the tops of these off. So this is the best way. If you want to peel an onion, I just cut a little bit off each side. Is the quickest way I have found to do it. And then I just slice it down like this once. And usually, not always, but usually, that'll help you peel it pretty quick. I love the smell of red onions, and that's also why I wanted to use the chopper though, because I will be in tears and won't be able to see anything if I don't use the chopper for the onions. And like the same with the tomatoes, I'm just going to chop these into about an inch and a half. Okay. Just throw what you can in there. I mean, you don't want to fill it so full you can't shut it, but that should be good. See? I can't shut it. It's too hard. It doesn't like that much tomatoes. Okay. There we go. I just put a little too much in there. Okay, we're going to have to cut these just a little bit smaller. Like I said, this is my first time using this one. Usually I just chop it up and I'm already starting to feel those onions. Oh my goodness. Like I said, we'll chop. Oh, I gotta leave some of this, that's right. Well, I'll just chop it up and then I'll leave half of it because I was going to save half of it for my husband. Just chop it all up and then I'll get it in a dish. You can even like pull them apart. Just have to get it through enough that you can get it through this thing. This is a great invention. I saw this. I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a time saver. Ooh. Okay. I'll grab a dish so I can put some of this away for my husband. And then we will continue. We don't want that much onion. Okay, should be good. There's little pieces of tomato. Won't hurt anything. Spicy onions. Grab the lid. My bad, sorry, I'm super slamming this stuff. My husband keeps telling me he has to fix all the cupboards because I slam them all the time while I'm running around cooking and doing everything. Anyways, we will continue. So, I'm just going to throw this onion in here. Spicy, spicy. Only need half of this because we already put half of a red onion in there. Thing works pretty good, and when it keeps sliding off though, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Is it not locked? It should be locked. Alright. Okay. onion is done now. So we have our tomato, our onion. Just gonna go in here and give it a good stir, a good mix. You could even put mangoes in this. I have done that before. It's actually really delicious. And I'm going to grab gloves because to chop these peppers, I'd rather be able to touch my face later. I don't know if you've ever done that, where you chop a bunch of peppers and or rub your eyes, and yeah, it's painful. It's the reason they make pepper spray out of peppers. Sorry, I'm trying to get these dang gloves on. I'm gonna move this stool so I don't trip over it. But I don't want to touch it, so I gotta use my feet. Playing soccer with the stool over here. This onion aside and this dish. And I'm going to take the peppers out. So I have some red jalapenos. I have some jalapenos from my garden. A bunch of peppers. So you need about, if you want to make quite a bit, you're going to want at least 6 peppers. If you want to make a smaller amount, just use what you need and what you think your family would need or suits your needs. I'm going to put, I have 3 of these big jalapenos and then 3 of the red ones, and then these ones are all from my garden. So because I don't have, they're not super huge, we're just going to chop all of them up and throw them in there. And I have some of these Jupiter peppers, which I'm going to throw in there too, from the garden. And I do have some habaneros. If I want to spice it up, I might make a few different versions of this. Like I said, this is just authentic Pico De Gallo. And so I can always split it into 2 jars and throw mangoes in one. And if I want one to be a little spicier, I can throw some habaneros in there. Just make it to your spice level, because a lot of people don't like spice. Now we are just going to chop up all these peppers. Because I'm going to jar mine. Like I said, I'm probably going to make different versions of this. But, so I have a couple other jars over here that I'll make privately. But I wanted to come on here and share this recipe. It brings back good memories, good laughs. I think some of the best memories were made around food and around, like, some of my best memories at the kitchen table with family at barbecues and parties, special occasions, weddings. It's like music. Food unites us and music unites us. Okay, so I'm just gonna chop these. I've never, my husband always chops his peppers in here, so we'll see how this goes. At least, like, chop it up. I don't want to just put whole huge pieces in there. Trying to figure out the best way to do this. I think this is the best way. If I put them upwards like this. I mean, I really could just hand chop it. It's not that crazy. more of the onions and the tomatoes I didn't want to chop. But these are cool because these are jalapenos. They're just ripe, so they're turning red. Because all the time when you see jalapenos in the store, they're usually green. And then I noticed my habaneros this year are bright red. I mean, people deseed these. I'm not deseeding them because I like the spice. Okay. Let's see. What's nice too about this is you could take these, honestly, and you could take all the seeds off and plant these in your garden. I do that with my peppers too. I'll replant seeds. I'll save some of the pepper seeds from that year's harvest, and I will replant their seedlings that they came in with. I know a lot of people do that. They have binders with their seeds in them. I didn't know you could go to the library here and trade seeds, I think it is. Where you can get seeds. And once you also have seeds, if they have any genetic modification by the third cycle, it outgrows that genetic modification. As far as my understanding. Just weird things I know about plants. I research everything. Okay. We have almost done with the peppers. Trying to be careful not to chop my fingers. My daughter cut her finger open on one of those, taking it out of the dishwasher pretty bad. For sure. All of your peppers. Look at the ratio we have if I need to add some more peppers. Grab a few more out of the garden. I want a little more peppers in there. Oh, I need a knife. I'm going to take a knife. I don't use any sprays or anything in my garden, so I know what I grow is good and safe. Alright. These guys are nice and crisp. with that. Take all this. Now that we have our base, I'm going to chop up our cilantro now. So I'm going to put these peppers in here. I mean, you can put it in here just like this. I'll probably put some of it in there like that, but not a lot. Chop up. I can move those back into here. I'm just going to take it in and bunch it up. And chop it up nicely. Kind of mince it. Some people skip the cilantro because they say it takes like soap to them. I've had a few people tell me that. Like, that's interesting. It must be the pH in their mouth and why it tastes different to different people. But that's how it's all about texture and taste and why you like your food, right? And what you like. Why people have different tastes. Also, I think it's due to your environment and where you grew up to and what you grew up eating. That also, I think, affects things. Like here, we don't have a lot of fresh fish. But if you have a country that has a lot of fresh fish or have that available to you, I think you're going to eat more fish. Okay. Let's see, how does that look? That's good enough. We're just going to throw that all in there. Alright. Now, that we have all that in there, I'm just going to stir it. Smells so freaking good, dude. Oh my god, I wish you could smell that. Oh, it's making me hungry. I bought chips just because I knew I was going to be making this, and I waited till I could make it with you guys. I wanted to make this with you guys. I'm just gonna wash these limes off real quick. So I'm gonna dump that stuff back in there. I'm gonna take these. You just wash them off really good. I forgot I needed to wash these separately. I washed all the veggies. I pre-washed all the veggies, but I forgot about the limes. So, okay. Now, we're just going to take our limes. Not limes. Yes, limes. Oh my gosh. My brain is so tired. I went on a nice long hike today up in the mountains by myself. I was just like, I'm gonna go and do something because I don't want to sit around the house. And today is my second day off, so usually this is the day I have energy to do anything. And before it starts storming and the fall is gonna hit and it's too cold, I was like, I want to get one last hike in. Maybe try to fit in one more. Just have to make an effort before it gets too cold because they're gonna start going down in the 70s here soon. And we're going into September. Ooh, that one sprayed really far. These are juicy buggers. That's good. Okay, let's see. Just gonna stir that in. It smells so good. I love the smell of all these ingredients mixed together. I'm just so grateful he went out of his way to teach me this recipe. I have a few more limes, and after that, you can go right into eating it, honestly. I feel like it's so good when it's nice and fresh and all the ingredients are just freshly chopped. And the longer you let it sit, the hotter it gets as well because of the seeds. And if you need to refreshen it, you can always add some more lime juice. That's the same thing with your tomatoes. You can throw it on your tomatoes and preserve them a little bit longer. Not forever, but a little bit longer. Lime, and I did save a couple just in case I need them to refresh. You know, sometimes when it gets low, I'll go and buy a little more onion and tomato, and I'll just add some more and let it sit for 24 hours. I think I'm going to add this other onion anyway because I don't know what else I'm going to do with it if I don't add it. So we're just going to chop it up really quick. I think it's faster for me to chop onions sometimes this way than it is to use that chopper when you've chopped a million onions. Okay. Just gonna chop some of these up a little more. It's fine. I don't mind the chunks. I mean, if you like it fine, you can also throw it in a blender. But me personally, this is how I like it. I like it with the vegetable chunks like this, and I love putting it on any of the recipes I make besides just the chips. It's really good with some. Just on so many things. And voila, that's our Pico De Gallo. It's all ready to go. I'm gonna try it, see how it tastes. Let me take off these gloves now. Brenda Mendez, hi. Hi, Barbara. Nice to meet you. Take me home. Hi, welcome. Nice to see you guys. Sorry I've not been looking at the chat, but welcome in. Okay, so that's what I was going to do. I was going to get some chips. And I went and bought, these are my absolute favorite tortilla chips. I choose because they're gluten-free and they are delicious. So get your chips of choice. And I just load it up like this. I could seriously just eat this salsa. It's so freaking good. But yeah, that's how you make it. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. And you can make it for your family or your friends or for any holiday gatherings you have coming up. And I will see you all next week. Bye for now.